I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, fam? It's your girl DYANAROZAY, and I'm bringing you guys hot topics in 15 minutes or less. So let's get to it. First up, if you missed my video from yesterday, here's the thumbnail. Be sure to check it out. We talked about Nene Leakes. We talked about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Ken and Will the Barber, along with Sherrone Moore from Michigan, the ex-coach from Michigan State. Make sure y'all check that out in order to catch up, because I have some updates for you. Starting with Nene Leakes, you guys, congratulations are in order. She has been confirmed. It's confirmed. She will be a part of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She is in contract negotiations right now, and she's going to get every penny. She had said a few months ago that she had been asked to come to a show called Traders, and that she received every penny she was asking for and then some. She said money wasn't a problem, so I know it will not be a problem for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, which is the gateway to get her back on Atlanta Housewives. She's going to be working alongside Gizelle Bryant from Potomac and Monique, also from Potomac. And I just want to remind people that Monique said she would never, ever, ever, ever come back to reality TV. And not only did she come back to Potomac, but she's already working on her second show. Talk about eating your words. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this in the comments, and happy birthday to Nene Leakes. I also have an update for you on Sherrone Moore. Y'all, a lot of you were asking me yesterday if we know Sherrone lost his job in a $13 million contract, but a lot of you were asking if the assistant, who was also his mistress, lost her job. And you can see it right here. According to TMZ Sports, the mistress is still employed by Michigan, or at least she was afternoon yesterday morning, because when this story broke, people lost their minds. They said, wait a minute, this woman knew the rules and she was also participating in this relationship. She should not be at the school either. So it is possible that she was given a pink slip by the end of the day Friday. But as of yesterday morning, she was still employed by Michigan. Talk about a double standard. Okay, you guys, so the mistress's name is Paige Shiver. They had a long-standing relationship. There's some new details that came out. We know that Paige did go down, snitch, and let the directors or administrators know that she was having this affair. This is how Sherrone lost his job. But from what I have also read, Sherrone went down there first. Sherrone went down and thought he was going to sneak and get Paige fired. So he had asked the administrators if they could release her or basically transfer her out to someplace else. He was trying to get rid of her. And then she said, 2 tears in a bucket, F it, and went on down and, dropped the bomb on him. So that is what is being said right now, child. And it is also what got his butt hemmed up and thrown into the pokey, because he lost his mind, threatened to take himself out of here, threatened to take Paige out of here. There was a whole lot that went on. He also, he broke into her house. He got arrested. So he is right now facing a felony home invasion charge, a misdemeanor stalking charge, and a breaking and entering charge, okay? His next court date is January 22nd. He's sitting in that little room with handcuffs on, listening to the judge tell him how he's going to handle his bond, okay? So he was released on a $25,000 bond. He's wearing a GPS tether that has to stay on at all times. He's not allowed to leave the state of Michigan without approval from the court. or permission from the court. He cannot have contact with Paige, the victim. He also has to continue mental health treatment because, like I said, he crashed out, and he cannot consume alcohol or drugs anytime between now and that 22nd court date. This man may go to prison for what he did. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Child, what a tangled web. Am I right? Ugh. I can't even imagine. Y'all talk to me. Let me know what y'all think. So let me give you guys some more Housewives scandal. This has to do with Real Housewives of Orange County. That is the flagship show. That's what started the entire franchise moving, okay? There was a previous housewife by the name of Megan King who was married to Jim Edmonds. Anyway, I think yesterday it was released that she lost custody of her 3 children. She has a 9-year-old daughter and 2 twins, age 7. Okay, so she has twins, age 7, and she lost them to her ex-husband. Her ex-husband lives in Tennessee. Megan lives in Missouri. And what happened, you guys, this is wild, is that Megan gave one of her twins an ADHD medication. He's not even diagnosed with ADHD. So she gave him ADHD medication. He's never been diagnosed with ADHD, has never received a prescription. So that's really dangerous to give a prescription, especially to a child, when they haven't been prescribed with it. Anyway, someone at the school noticed that something was wrong. It prompted them to call CPS and do an investigation. And that's what ended up getting Megan's kids snatched and given to her ex-husband, okay? And his wife, because he is married again. He got married in 2022 to the woman he was having an affair with and broke up their marriage in the first place. They split in 2019, Megan and her husband, Jim. But Megan and Jim's current wife, they also have a history where Megan had broken into the house, I guess, to fight the lady, Corinne, and ended up getting a protective order against her. So there's a lot going on with Megan. I don't know if y'all watch Real Housewives of Orange County, but y'all, I told y'all I'm going to keep you abreast of all the things, because sometimes we magnetize just us, if you know what I'm talking about. Magnetize. The word is magnify. My goodness. It's late, child. Blame it on the lateness. Let's move on to what went down on tonight's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay, so tonight, Love and Marriage Huntsville had a Christmas special, which was kind of like a couples edition. So all the couples were together, were paired together. Kimmy and Maurice, Marsau and Tisha, Ken and Trisha, the Fletchers, Nell and Chris, and then Melody, and then Martell and Destiny. Martell and Destiny ended up pairing up as friends, which is wild because I would think you would just stay off the show. I think I would have called in sick. I don't know why they paired them up, but they did. And they took the bait, child. It's pretty bad. Anyway, the one thing I'm going to say is that Marsau and Tisha, they don't know anything about each other, for as much as they've been, pounding the pavement about how they have 16 years in. They've been married longer than almost everyone on the show except for Nell and Chris. And Tisha and Marsau brag about how they are the longest married couple within their outside friend group. Has nothing to do with the show. Either way, at one point on this episode, Marsau asked Tisha if they were really married, because Tisha was answering every single question wrong. And I am not joking. Marsau he was a hoot. I howled every second he opened his mouth. He was just funny. But anyway, let me tell y'all some of the other questions that was asked that had Destiny pissed. Okay, let me get her up. There was a question about who had the most romantic partners or dating history, who's dated the most. And when it came to Martell and Destiny, they actually got answered the question right. Martell said it was Destiny, and Destiny agreed that it was her. Let me put her face up here. But then there's a moment where Martell had wrote like Destiny had been with 17 people that he knew of. So he wrote at least 17 and everybody had a good joke out of it. Then Destiny started making more lines on the board like she's had more people. And then Martell decided to add to it and said the number grows every second. And that's when Destiny made this face right here. Destiny was fit to be tied. She was so pissed. I don't know. I don't understand Destiny. I really don't. Now, the joke was made, you added to the joke. And when Martell adds back, Destiny wanted to spit. Do you hear me? Spit. Like, how dare you say I got more bodies every second? She did not like that at all. But y'all have to watch it to see because that was funny. Do you hear me? I howled. Okay. Hit the like button, share the video, y'all. Don't forget, bump me up, bump me up. Okay, y'all already know that when it came to most bodies, when it came to Kimmy and Maurice actually won the game. Kimmy, they answered every question right, but Maurice was so proud of himself. He definitely said he probably had more bodies than anybody on the show. Marsau and Tisha had to answer the same question. Tisha said she believed she had more bodies. And Marsau actually gagged like he was about to vomit. He said, Tisha, what is wrong? What is wrong with you? Who are you right now? Tisha was so clueless. It was crazy. I swear to you. She went, I thought the question was more girlfriends or boyfriends. I think I've dated more than you. Either way, Marsau just was like, I don't know who you are right now. Okay. That was funny. Who else? Of course, Chris Fletcher won. Who else? Between Trish and Ken took home the gold medal for most bodies. All right, let's see. They also did a segment. They had to answer a question about who lies the most, okay? And of course, it was actually who tells the most white lies. Of course, Trisha took that one home and she answered. She actually said herself. So she did the right thing. She said herself. Now, Ken got a little embarrassed because he dropped his head to the table. He said Trisha, but he got a little embarrassed at one point because Carlos said, how would we have figured it was Trisha? You know what I'm saying? He tried to bring it on home a little bit and everybody howled that Trisha was the biggest liar. I think, no, in fact, I'm sure. Maurice also won this round. Marsau said Tisha was the biggest liar. Tisha said it was Marsau. Chris Fletcher said he was the biggest liar. Nell Fletcher agreed. Destiny said Martell was the biggest liar, and Martell accused Destiny. So they lost. Then Marsau actually won the ugliest sweater contest. And I don't know if you can tell, but he has little Christmas balls, the one that hang on the tree, hanging down in front of his actual balls. Okay. So he came out, that was his ugly sweater. And I don't even think he actually had the ugliest sweater, but he made it such a good time when he came out with his sweater on. He made everybody laugh. And I do mean everybody, people fell over. So because he had the most personality and he was the funniest, okay, he ended up winning the entire contest. And I also have to say, he made Martell look so sad. Martell looked like a fish out of water. You just don't realize how good a person looks with someone else until they're not there anymore. Martell just has the driest personality ever. It's just unbelievable. But I just wanted to say that, again, when it comes to that show, Marsau is leading the pack. He is leading the pack at the end. He even picks up a gift and gives it to Carlos and says it's from all of them. But you can tell from Martell's face, he's like, why did they have you give the gift? They literally, whoever the producers were, asked Martell to be the gift giver. Or excuse me, whoever the producers were asked Marsau to be the gift giver, not Martell. not Martell. And Martell felt the sting. It is written all over his face. I swear to God. Okay. Anyway, this is it, y'all. This is a story. So I just wanted to share this little bit with y'all. Hit the like button, share the video, please, and thank you. I will be back tomorrow with more tea. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.